What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. I just recently went up to Granite State Comic Con up in Manchester, New Hampshire, and we're going to talk all about it. But before we start, the same old stuff. The subscribe down below. Like this video, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. Let me know, were you at the show or if you've ever been to a show like this? Because I'm going to show off all the awesome stuff I got and talk about the great time I had. But I'm also going to talk about a not so great time. Um, it, we'll get into it in a little bit. But first, why don't you go ahead and check out some very poorly shot video and photos, and I'll see you back in a second. So yeah, that was just some couple very poorly shot videos and photos that I took throughout the weekend there. Um, as you saw, a lot of artists, a lot of cool people. Um, and I kind of mentioned it. There's a lot of great stuff that happened at this show. There's a lot of not so great stuff. Before we get into the hall and show you the awesome stuff I picked up, which I'll do after this, kind of want to talk about the show itself for a few minutes here. Um, I'm gonna start with the bad part of it, uh, and then just go into the positives, because the bad was pretty bad. Uh, I'm gonna take a note out of Roger's book and go on a little bit of a rant here. I have been going to conventions for a roughly 15 years or so, different conventions, different shows, and I can say without a doubt, this Granite State Comic Con was far and away the most disorganized con I've ever been to in my entire life. Um, it The setup for it, it's at I think it's the DoubleTree up in Manchester. Again, it's a hotel, it's great, but they have everything split, where they have the armory, and that's where they have all the artists and writers and stuff, which is cool. It's cool area. But then it's separate. It's still in the same building, but you have to walk over to like their expo hall, which is fine. That's great. It's all in one building. Um, but you got to go through security each time, and it's very disorganized on how to get in and out. I was lucky enough. I went up with a friend who was vending, so I helped him set up, and I got the vendor pass, so I could kind of bypass that. But if I did not have the exhibitor pass, I would have been pretty pretty PO'd. The lines were just absolutely crazy, especially on Saturday. Um, but it was very disorganized on how it's handled and split. The fact that you have to go through the security checkpoint each time. Uh, if you're in a con, you should enter it once and you're good to go. Not this back and forth and waiting in line each time you go to a different section. That's way too much. Uh, and then I've been to the show in the past, and I get that. I understand it. Went through it. It is what it is. But this year they added the arena, the SNHU arena, which is not directly across the street. It's a little bit down. It's not like it's a far walk or anything, but enough to where you don't want to do it, especially in the rain, like it was on the weekend that it happened. Um, so not only is it now in two separate buildings, but you have the 2 points in the main location, and then you have a whole nother third point over at this arena, which they did a horrible job of telling people, hey, there's more stuff over there. The only reason I knew is because my friends that were vending were set up there. So I helped them set up, so I knew everything was over there. They also put like the Turtles actors and stuff like that, and all the voice actors and stuff over there. Um, but they did a very poor job of being like, "Hey, go this way for more stuff." I was even open later on, I think at least Saturday. They made no announcement of it or anything like that, uh, and it was just very poorly organized to where they people should have known that there was more stuff over there. When I was hanging out with everybody over there, so many people came in like, "Oh yeah, we had no idea you guys were here," and it's already like closing time. So that if you're gonna do a con, do it all in one building. Um, don't make people go back and forth. And if you are gonna have it in separate buildings, which you probably shouldn't anyway, advertise it and make sure people know. Make announcements. I know there was a loudspeaker because I've heard them making other announcements. Do it. Let people know. Um, but then the worst part of it was the security at the SNHU arena. Um, I'm sure it was like the actual arena security. They sucked. They were legitimately mean to people. I walked in, I had my backpack, and I had like a bottle of water in the side pocket, and the guy tells me no outside water, food to drink. I'm like, "Oh, all right, I get it, whatever. Sucks, bottle of water, but then I had a sealed one for my friend who was vending at that show. Like I had the exhibitor pass and everything. And I told him, "Oh, it's sealed. It's nothing. It's for my friend there." And he legitimately yelled at me. He put it down, or you're not coming in. Like yelled. And I wasn't the only one this happened. I saw it happen to many people. I actually saw people actually when they realized that there was something else there. They came over and they had, food or drink or whatever it was that they had just bought at the other part of the convention get turned away, and these people were so mean that they just walked away and decided not to go in there at all. So you guys got to, people running Granite State, you got to fix that. Put it all in one building, and if you don't, if you keep it like that, change the security, do something because they sucked. They were horrible. And this is just a side note, but my go-to snack at a convention usually is a soft pretzel and a soda to walk around with. Worst pretzel I've ever had in my life at the SNHU arena. I wasn't the only one that felt that way. There was many other ones. But yeah, I saw the security turn people turn away because of how mean the security was and just how poorly executed the whole event was. So that sucks. Because it can be an awesome show. They pull in a lot of great artists and vendors and stuff, which I'll get into in a second because there was some positives to the show. But yeah, far and away the most disorganized con, and that security team at the SNHU arena was just horrible. They sucked. But yeah, enough of the bad. I want to talk about the good because there was some good stuff. The best part of any show is always hanging out with friends that you see in the community, and that was absolutely no different here. I got to hang out all weekend with my buddy Sean, Comic CT, Adam from Illustrations, Joel from Joel's Comics, Josh from Buzz Comics, Tim from Geek Boutique, Re-Up Hunter was there. There was a ton of guys. So I mean, that's always my favorite part, and that was always a great time. That was great. But then I also got to see a few other people I don't see that often. Lenny Cerna from Spineworks. Sorry, Lenny, from Spineworks, who lives down in Florida. I never get to see him. He came up. It was awesome. You guys probably saw in the video. Got to hang out with him quite a bit. Got to hang out with also Mikey from Spineworks New York. But then, hang out. George Deep was set up there. Ryan Gary Brown was set up there. RZP. A bunch of awesome guys that I don't get to see too often. So it was great hanging out with them. So that, that's always the highlight of all these shows. But this show specifically, as far as like, a highlight of the show is it's centered around the Ninja Turtles. And if you've watched the show before, I'm a big Turtles fan. So I was pretty happy about that. Kevin Eastman, of course, is the big draw, and they pull in a ton of other comic Turtles artists. They get Steve Levine was there, Michael Dooney, Dave Watcher, Mateo Santaluco, Freddie Williams, just so many more. I'm not even going to try to keep listing them because there was a ton. And they pull in they have other non-turtle artists as well, and it's an awesome time. Like Rick Leonardi was there. And they pull in a handful of like other celebrities and stuff. I believe Amy Jo Johnson, the Pink Ranger, Nolan North, who I love, Uncharted games, and many others was there. So they do that. So that is cool. It's all separated and disorganized, but they pull in some cool artists and writers and celebrities. So as a Turtles fan, I was quite happy. So I'm just gonna kind of jump into some of the awesome stuff I picked up, which is we'll just go over to the other screen now. See you guys in a minute. All right, guys, we're just gonna jump right into it. This is gonna be no particular order. I got a lot of awesome stuff, so just kind of gonna go as I go through the pile here. First book up though is a book I've wanted for a very long time. This is a run that I've been putting together. A book I should have had a long time ago, but don't, and it's a long story, but I now have it thanks to my man Comics _ CT. Sean, appreciate it, man. Thank you. I knew he had this book. He told me about it. I told him to bring it with him. Got it there. So I'm very happy to finally have this book in my collection. And not only did he have this book, but he also had this book, which is the exact same book, but the San Diego Comic Con edition with the poster in there. Super hard to find, especially in such nice shape, which is awesome. He had both of them. He gave me a great price on both. So thank you, Sean. I appreciate it, man. Very, very happy to have both of these in my collection. And actually, these are some of the few non-turtle books / Eastman books that I picked up. So I figured I'd start with those because they were the first things I bought at the show too. Bought them that Friday night, helping them set up. So appreciate it, man. Thank you. Stoked to have these. Yeah, let's keep this going, huh? Next up, awesome Eastman variant on this one. IDW was doing some of the just reprints of the number one. I think it was leading up to the 150th issue or whatever it was, but I collect Eastman covers. This is one I just don't have. Guy had it, $10 at a booth. Picked it right up, couldn't say no. So cool. Another cool Eastman cover to have. Next one, again, guys, a lot of turtles here. This book right here, brand new book, came out a few weeks ago. Turtles number 1, Jason Aaron. For some reason, I just never picked up the sketch cover. And I didn't actually have to pick this one up either. My buddy from Spineworks, Michael Raphael, just gifted this to me. I'm a fool for not getting anything done on it at the convention, but now I have it for later to get someone to do some cool sketch cover for me. So thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Just another awesome Turtles book to have. Next up is a book that I should have picked up at Terrificon, and I thought I did, but after doing the haul for that, I realized I did not pick it up. So I corrected that mistake and picked up this awesome, also Turtles number 1, but this is Ryan Gary Brown, Zombie Pets on Instagram. This is his cover. I love it. He always kills it, especially with the Turtles. He was up there this weekend, got to hang out a bunch with him. You got to be his booth babe, as he said, for a little while, so I appreciate him letting me hang out at the booth for so long. But yeah, when I realized I didn't have this, I had to pick it up there. So kills it. He does awesome job, especially with the Turtles. So thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it, man. I love this book. Let's see. Next up, thank you to my boy Re-Up Hunter. It's not Turtles, but it is Kevin Eastman. One of the few Star Wars covers I believe he's done, if possibly the only one. I'm not sure. I love this kind of samurai field of Vader. Such a cool cover. I actually have this book, and I have it signed by Eastman in red. But I'm very OCD and like 2 copies of a book that I have signed. So when I saw that he had this, had to pick it up. He gave me an amazing deal on it. So Re-Up, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Very happy to have it. Next up, next 4 books are all from my boy Buzz Comics, Josh. And we're sticking with the Turtles theme. He had some very early issues of Turtles. I usually collect the Eastman covers, but this is a 1 in 10 from number 7 that I just don't have in my collection. So I figured, yeah, why not? Especially with the price he had on them. And I said the same thing about issue number 9. Awesome retail covers. I believe they're both 1 in 10s. I'm pretty sure they were all 1 in 10s that early. Might have been a 1 in 15, but I think 1 in 10s. But just awesome ones to add to the collection again. And then, like I said, I collect the Eastman covers. I'm only missing a few throughout the whole 150 run of the IDW run. But Buzz also had one I did not have. Issue number 9, he had the Eastman cover. I think I'm only down to like 12, maybe 13 covers left in the whole run, especially the lower numbers. So thank you very much for having this, man, and thank you for the great deal he gave me on it. And the last book I picked up from him was not Turtles, not Eastman, one of the few, but I love this cover. I love Bruce Timm. I picked up the Supergirl from Superman Adventures at Terrificon. Buzz had this on his wall, and with the price he gave me, it had to come home with me. Great cover, great book. So thank you, Buzz. Appreciate this very much. Yeah, I'm going to pull these down, and we're going to get into some of the sign stuff. Yeah, we're just going to keep this moving, guys. We're going to keep it nice and quick for you guys. If you saw on my last Terrificon haul, I've been getting this book signed by Turtles artists whenever I meet them. And this was no different. This was a big Turtles convention, so I got a few more right here on the back, including Matteo Santaluco and Dave Watcher, 2 amazing Turtle artists. there was a ton more artists there, but I already have them on the book. So very happy to add these two onto it. So that was an awesome job. Then, you know, a bunch of signed stuff. I actually didn't get these signed, and I don't know why, but I went to Kevin Eastman's booth and picked up some more Kevin Eastman covers. I was gonna get one signed, but it was kind of a rush going through, you know, and you only have so much money, but picked up both of these covers. So I will get one of them signed by him in the future. Great cover, great artist. Another one for the collection, which I'm very happy about. And then I also had him sign this. The 40th anniversary, him and Layered cover. I mean, a lot of people are getting this signed. It seemed like a no-brainer to me. Signed it right over in gold, which I love. So I thought that was great. I also had him sign one more thing, which I'll show you at the end of this because it's a very big item, which you guys probably saw in my last video. I did pick up this from him too, though. I don't know if you guys have seen this here. It's going to get in focus. 40th Turtles anniversary coin. I know he's had this for a little bit, but I was at the booth. He had it. So I figured, why not? Awesome piece to add to the collection. So very happy with that. He also had a bunch of prints and stuff. And since because I'm part of the fan club, they give you one for free. So I had to go with my favorite turtle, Donnie. He even signed it in purple right down the bottom. So that's pretty cool. He has the other 3 turtles, which, you know, down the road, if I meet him a few more times, who knows, maybe I'll pick up the other ones. But I was pretty happy with that. Now I'm gonna kind of move into a lot of the original art that I got at this show, because I got quite a bit. So I'm just going to kind of go some of the smaller ones, some of the bigger ones I'm going to show at the end, but a few of the physically smaller ones. I picked up an awesome sketch card. There we go, of The Last Ronin from Michael Dooney. I picked this up on Friday night, the preview night. He was at his booth. He signed it on the back there with a little turtle head, which is awesome. But I saw this at his booth. He had a whole bunch of sketch cards, and I wasn't leaving this there. Very, very nice man, too. I met him before. Super cool guy. But yeah, had to pick this up. Added my sketch cards. Put it right down there. Next up, you know what? Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's go non-turtles for a second. As you guys probably saw in the video with the, you know, poorly shot videos and photos and stuff, there was an image of RZP, who's an amazing artist. If you don't know him, look him up on Instagram. He does amazing pieces. But he was working on a Boba Fett for me, which you kind of saw the work in progress in the video. This was like a very last minute thing. I asked him on Sunday, so he didn't have time to finish. So he was nice enough to just ship it to me. And the final product came out incredible. Look at this thing. The thing shines. And this isn't even picking up all the detail. He's got all the shiny like paint he uses on it. This thing is incredible. He absolutely knocked this out of the park. RZP, he's based down in Connecticut. He shipped it to me up here in Mass, so I'm sure he ships all over the country too. So his business card was in one of the photos. So yeah, definitely check him out. He killed this. I'm very, very happy with the way this came out. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. You absolutely crushed this thing. Another piece I got commissioned. I like this one coming up because it's on a backing board, which I think is just kind of great. He just had one and kind of did it there. But I'm a big fan of Freddie Williams. So he did this awesome Casey Jones on a backboard for me. I was kind of blown away. I asked him Friday night, or Saturday morning. He had it done by Saturday night. For just a quick pencils on a backing board, this is awesome. It is going to go back into a bag, as is all of this art. But yeah, I was thrilled to have this. One of the many other sketches and pieces I picked up this weekend. But right now, a lot of the other pieces are pretty physically big. So we're going to jump back to where I can show you the whole thing. All right, see you guys in a sec. Yeah, so there you go. That's some of the awesome stuff I picked up. Um, as you saw, very turtles heavy. There's a few other things I picked up too. I don't really have a great setup. I'm working on the setup, as you see even behind me. It's just a bunch of stuff, but I did want to show off a few other things that I picked up. Um, inclu- I kind of went down a bit of a rabbit hole, and you know, I dove head first as well, right into it, and I started picking up some original art, which I'm not upset about. My wallet is, I'm not. But I picked up some published pages and some pencils from some awesome artists. Uh, I'm just gonna pop them up on screen here for you guys. I'm gonna start with some pencils here. Uh, so I picked this up. It's from a TMNT Amazing Adventures, Mondo Gecko and Mikey. I'm gonna say his name wrong, and I apologize because I always just say it wrong, but it's John Simavera, I believe is how you say it. Uh, awesome dude. He's an Australian artist. He came up here. He had these pencils. He had already sold the page, but he found this and he had this. Uh, so I absolutely picked this up because I thought it was great. Because I also bought another page from him, which is right here, from the Batman TMNT crossover. Uh, such a cool page. The fact that it had Mikey dressing up as Batman, I absolutely loved it. You get Batman up in the corner and then Mikey with Robin and stuff. I couldn't say no to this. I thought it was so cool, such an awesome page. That and the fact that it also comes with, if you buy a page from him, he also gives you the pencils as well. It's cut in two, but the pencils come along with the page. So I was pretty pumped to pick this up. Um, so thank you, John. I love his work. I've loved reading the series. So to own a page from it, I was very happy. Um, and I didn't stop there. I kept buying even more, uh, like this one here, also from Batman and TMNT crossover. This is from the original first one, from IDW. This is Freddie Williams art. I think this is from issue 5, I believe. But man, I've been a fan of him for so long. Super, super nice dude. Him and his wife I believe his wife was there. Very friendly. He talked to me for a while. You also saw the Casey Jones sketch he did for me. But I had to pick this up. It had Donnie and Leo with a little bit of Casey in there, as well as not Tim Drake, sorry, Damian Wayne. Uh, I love this crossover that they did, and the fact that I get to own a page from it. I'm very happy, especially that it's a Freddy page. So pretty pumped on that. Uh, and then I actually bought even more original art. I went down the rabbit hole pretty deep here. Um, right here. This was actually the first page I bought. This is a Dave Watcher page. I forget the issue number. I think it's like 77 or 82, somewhere right around there. It's the Pantheon arc of the IDW TMNT main series. It's got Mammoth on there. It's got the 4 turtles. It was very, very fairly priced. So I, I couldn't, I had to pick it up. My first page I ever bought, I was very happy with it. Uh, I was just kind of on a high. I was pumped on it. So then the next day I went back, and he had more. So I bought more, like this page with Jenica before she's a turtle and Casey fighting the purple dragons. Awesome action page. Awesome. I think this is from the same, not the same issue, but right around there. It's like 79, 80, 81, 82, somewhere around there. I have them all written down. Um, but yeah, he gave me an awesome deal on this page. I was very happy. It's got Casey, one of my favorite characters. But he gave me a great deal because I also bundled it with another page. Uh, this one, the detail on this page is so cool. This actually is like right before the other page I showed you with Mammoth on it. This has got the Toad Baron with all the Pantheon, the detail and the cathedral like top. It's so cool. It's got all 4 turtles on there. I was pumped to buy this. Um, yeah, so I now own 5 different published pages of turtle work, and I could not be happier about it. I don't know how I'm gonna display them yet. Right now, I just got them all in cases and stuff. You're gonna probably see a pretty crazy glare, so sorry, but very, very happy with all of these. Uh, so I'm thinking maybe just get an art portfolio or something like that. But yeah, I was spent some money, but I was happy. I actually almost bought another double page spread of this. I was thinking on it, and I thought too long. And actually, one of Kevin Eastman's guys came over and bought it from him. Literally, as I was walking up to the booth to get it, it was funny. We all kind of had a laugh about it. But I was happy getting this page, so it all ended up working out. But yeah, this was the first one. This started it all. So yeah, this is just awesome, awesome stuff that I got to find a cool way to display or put in a cool portfolio or something. But a lot of awesome art that I'm very happy with. So lots of pencils to it right there. Yeah. All right. Hitting the mic. But yeah, I went down the original art rabbit hole, and I'm not upset about it at all. Yeah, so those are the bigger pieces, if you will, that I picked up. And the last thing I'm going to show off really quick, if you watch my Terrificon video, you saw that I won a pretty amazing raffle giveaway in the form of a skateboard with a lot of original art. And there was no way I was not going to add to it. So I added a bunch to this skateboard here. I think I added 7 total. Let's see. I added Ben Bishop up here. This awesome Dave Watcher Splinter. I got Freddie Williams right there. This awesome, I'm going to call it Raph because it's red, but he did a really cool job. And right down here, right here, Michael Dooney. Right over here, I got Steve Levine, who was also, I came very close to buying another skateboard with the original video game art. Steve Levine, who did the art, had a skateboard deck of it, and I was really, really tempted to buy another skateboard and do the same thing with the two of them. Who knows? Maybe in the future. But then I also added, I mean, it's a Turtles board. How are you not going to add Kevin Eastman to it? And then finally, right down here, where is it? Right there. I got Mateus Santaluco, who I love, to do a piece on there as well. There's a few more little spaces, maybe on the back too, that I can get a few more people to get on here. But I'm very happy with this. A lot of people were big fans of this, so a lot of skateboards there, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I was very, very happy to add more. So this was just kind of the cap of the awesome turtle stuff that I was able to pick up. But yeah, there you go. There you have it. That is my Granite Con 2024 experience, with some frustrating bad, but also a lot of awesome stuff. So I mean, would I go back? It's a big if I'm being honest with you, because the turtle stuff and the artists and the great times, I don't know if it even, kind of balances out with how unorganized and poorly run it was. So I'm hoping things change. But I had a fun time hanging out with my friends, meeting awesome people. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me here, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Down in the comments, let me know. Were you there? Have you ever been there? Or let me know some turtle stuff. Or if you also have a bunch of original art, how do you display it, or how do you keep it protected? Let me know, because I need tips. But yeah, that's gonna do it. So appreciate it, guys, and see you later.
Just make sure at the end I go, good night, Canada.